If you clicked on this video, you already know about Star Wars Unlimited and are now looking to get into the game. Well, say no more. As a veteran TCG player, I'm fueled by childhood nostalgia for the franchise. I was lured into Star Wars immediately. I went all in and picked up the two best decks in the format at the time, which were Boba Fett and Sabine Wren, and have been actively practicing and honing my skills in the game. And while I personally think it was worth it, I can fully understand that some people want to take a more metered approach into the game. Well, you are in luck, because I have created what may very well be one of the best budget starter decks out there. Sabine Wren is an aggro deck. A Sabine deck wants to unleash a barrage of cheap units onto the field and continuously keep attacking into the opponent's base for a swift victory. Sabine has an activated ability that deals 1 damage to both you and your opponent's base. This may seem disadvantageous, but finishing the game quickly is what it's all about. As a leader unit is also very cheap to deploy at just 4 resources, granting you a formidable 2/5 attacker that deals an additional 1 damage to the enemy base when attacking. The majority of units in this deck are commons and uncommons, so they are very cheap to pick up. A lot of these cards offer a decent chunk of flexibility as well. Have a look at SpecForce Soldier, for example. This one allows you to buy best sentinels, as well as some really cool sideboard decks to deal with upgrades. The deck has a lot of Rebel synergy with cards like Wing Leader giving 2 experience tokens to another Rebel in play, and Metal Ceremony giving you a +1 token on every unit that you've attacked in with during a turn. Plus, this is a free-to-play card which gives you additional value in the early game. You run a couple of Saboteurs in the deck that can dodge Sentinels completely, so you can keep attacking in if your opponent is on the defensive side. Fleet Lieutenant is amazing as well. When you play this one, you get to attack in with a unit, and if it's a Rebel unit, which pretty much all the units in this deck are, you get +2 power on that attack as well. In terms of events, all except the Metal Ceremonies are focused to get strong attacks in early. There is one really cool card in the deck called Rebel Assault. This one gives +1 power to 2 of your Rebel units and then lets you attack in one after the other. Rebel Assault is a game-winning card because it lets you cheat an extra action before passing priority to your opponent. This will allow you to attack in with your biggest units before the opponent has the potential to clear them off the field. And thanks to our buff cards in the deck, you can sometimes claim the initiative and then start your turn with a Rebel Assault for a sudden 10 damage out of nowhere. It's quite incredible. The base Energy Conversion Lab is incredible as well. Not only does it let you ambush a problematic character, but with cards that have Overwhelm on them, you can use this space offensively to sneak in extra damage. There's a really cool combo in the deck with the Energy Conversion Lab together with Guerilla Attack Pod. Guerilla Attack Pod has a when played ability that lets you ready it if a base, either yours or your opponent, has 50 or more damage on it, which by the time that you have 6 resources is usually the case. It also has Grit, which will give it additional power if it has damage on it. The amazing thing about this is when the Energy Conversion Lab gives ambush to your Guerilla Attack Pod, when it comes into play, you get to choose whether you want to do your ambush first or your when played ability first. So if you play it with the ambush first, you can attack into one of your opponent's unit. This will give you a bunch of damage counters onto the Guerilla Attack Pod, which will then improve its power thanks to its grit. And then if you let the when played ability resolve after that, you can untap the attack pod, and now this one is ready to attack the enemy base if the opponent doesn't have a way to clear it. It is a true powerhouse of a finisher, and if the opponent has already claimed the initiative for the turn, you can pretty much win the game out of nowhere. The deck shown on the screen right now costs approximately $40 or €40 to put together, but it's almost a one-on-one copy with top-tier green Sabine decks out there. The only difference between this deck and a fully optimized version of the deck is that it doesn't run Red Tree, K2SO and 4 cars, which are all sitting between the $5 and $10 mark at the making of this video. I think among these 3 upgrades that you could include in the deck, that Red Tree and 4 cars are the most important ones, so you should try to pick those up early if you enjoy playing the deck. K2SO is a great card because when it's defeated you get to deal 3 damage to the opponent, which is quite useful if you combine it with something like Heroic Sacrifice. I think it's alright and it can definitely win you games, but I would buy this one last if you're busy upgrading the deck. Either way, that is all for me for today. I really hope you enjoyed this video. Please leave a comment down below letting me know what type of Star Wars content you'd like me to do next. Also, if you want to support the channel or hire my service for deck advice, coaching or theory crafting, I do have a Patreon with several plans available over at patreon.com/KuganeGaming. With that said, I appreciate you stuck around till the very end of the video. Have a wonderful Star Wars Unlimited journey, and I hope to see you back in the future on my channel. Take care.